Now I want to make this an interactive video so we can all learn from it. Now you apprentice level technicians, those learning the trade, submit in your comments what you think the problem might be. Now don't just guess at it. Do some critical thinking. Think about everything that's going on and actually submit some comments that you think might be leading to the problem. What you would do about it. Now you experienced technicians, now's the time for us to give back. Put your input in the comments as to what your thoughts are, what you think it might be, why you think that, and what you would do to prove it. And then as we all read the comments, we can learn together. Now this car's been sitting overnight, so we're doing a cold start. Temperature outside's probably in the 50s, so we're going to see what it sounds like. Starts and runs okay. Okay, we're driving about 10 miles an hour. Seems like it's doing okay. Now I'm going to turn out into traffic. You can hear the engine running. It seems to be running fairly smooth. We're about 20 miles an hour. Now, we're actually bucking and jerking. I'm not sure if you can hear it or see it because of the travel here, but it's actually bucking and jerking. I'm going to accelerate a little bit. When I go to accelerate, it is just not one to do it. It's cutting out pretty bad. So I'm coming up to a stop sign and we're sitting here at idle. And it's really running pretty good. It's idling fine. But I'm going to turn left and go back out into the traffic. And it just doesn't want to accelerate. Window down, maybe you can hear it. Oh. Yep. In fact, it's stalled. Kind of bad when you're in traffic. I can see why the customer doesn't like this. So we got to start it again. Maybe by watching the fence over here, you'll be able to get a sense of how this thing is bucking and jerking. Setting out idle and it's okay, but when I go to accelerate, it just does not want to accelerate. Now, whenever you're diagnosing a problem like this, you kind of have to get a sense of what's going on. It seems like it started cold fine, and it's actually sitting here and at idle when I'm not accelerating. It seems like it's doing fine. The engine's running smooth. So it's important when you're diagnosing a problem to take everything into consideration, because it could be anything. But one thing I don't think it is a compression issue, because at idle, the engine seems to be running fine. Now this vehicle doesn't have a timing belt, it has a timing chain. Could it be a problem with that? Could it be ignition? Could it be timing? Could it be fuel? Could it be any of the sensors? What do you think? Now I'm trying to actually get back to our shop, so I'm driving very, very slow. It's a slight incline up to our shop up here. But if I try and accelerate, it just dies. Then it's hard to start. Like right there. Now we're going to try and start it. Now remember, it started okay when it's cold. Now we're sitting here trying to start it. One thing we noticed on the RPM gauge. We just stalled. We're from the mechanic shop over here. We're trying to get it restarted so we can get it back and work on it.
All right, fine then.
Yeah, thank you.
You did get that on film with the cop?
Yep.
Now we finally got it started again, and look at the RPM now. We're setting there probably 700-800. And when I accelerate slowly. So we're setting here in park, and the RPM's working. Now I'm going to put it in gear and brake torque it. So we happened to be test driving this on a rainy day. It got stalled. We had a hard time getting it started. We actually got wet. At least I did, and my partner did. So I'm going to make this an interactive video. I'm going to put it out in parts. At the end of this part here, submit your comments as to what you think the problem is, what it could be. If you're an experienced tech, what I'd like you to also do is help the ones who are learning, the apprentice techs, by telling us your thoughts behind what you're doing, why you would check that, what you think it might be, and why. And then those who are learning from these videos can gain your insight. So submit those comments now, and then we're going to show you the evidence that we found that helped us identify the problem. Introducing the pedal pumper. It pumps the pedal and tests all the hydraulics at the same time. There's no need for a second person because it attaches quickly and is controlled by you from anywhere around or under the vehicle. It attaches to the pedal and attaches to the steering wheel. Run the hose to wherever you need it and then simply squeeze the handle. It holds pressure while you open the bleeder, and then it releases and lets the pedals return. There's no mess, no complicated hookup, no second person, just you and the pedal pumper, and designed to make your job easier and faster.